Let's raise the big questions then at the moment. Divide and rule politics in Jharkhand, tribals being pitted against outsiders, so-called infiltrators, or is it a dog whistle for minorities? Polarization politics in Jharkhand, use of religion now part of political playbook. Joining me on my face-off, Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson BJP, and Mahima Singh, National Spokesperson Congress. You first, Sanju Verma. How do you respond to those who are saying this is now back to classic politics of using religion to divide and rule ahead of an election? You speak about infiltrators, you speak about snatching away daughters. Earlier it was Mangal Sutra. All of this is dog whistle for Muslims and minorities.
You know, Rajdeep, let's get a couple of things very clear. First and foremost, Jharkhand is a pretty young state which was carved out of the southern part of Bihar only as recently as the year 2000. But modern day Bihar as we know it came into existence in 1950. So I will just give you some startling data which corroborates Prime Minister Modi's and Amit Shah, our Home Minister's stance that batenge to katenge, united we stand, divided we fall. You will be surprised to know that in 1951, the tribal population of undivided Bihar, which includes Jharkhand as well, was 46.8%. And come 2011, and this is not Sanju Verma throwing numbers off her hat, these numbers are publicly documented. Come 2011, the tribal population fell from 46.8 to 28.11%. And do you know something more interesting? The Muslim population in 1951 in undivided Bihar was only 9.44%. And what is the Muslim population as per 2011 census now? It is 22.73% in Jharkhand. And the most important part, this is something which your audience needs to know. The biggest community in terms of, the tribal community which has a stake in Jharkhand is the Santhal community. Santhalis accounted for 44.67% of Jharkhand's undivided Bihar's tribal population in 1950. That number today stands whittled down to 27.1%. And has this growth in tribal population, the degrowth, in tribal population and the growth in Muslim population, has it all been organic? No. The inorganic growth in Muslim population has happened on account of ghuspaithiyas. Now, when I call them Bangladeshi illegal migrants, when I call them infiltrators, it sounds very nice and, very kosher. But when I use the term ghuspaithiya, people get rattled. Franklin Roosevelt said, united we stand, divided we fall. Abraham Lincoln said, united we stand, divided we fall. King James' version of the Bible says that, united we stand, divided we fall. But जब अंग्रेजी में कहा जाता है, हम तालियां बजाते हैं. When Amit Shah, Prime Minister Modi और योगी आदित्यनाथ उसी चीज को, शुद्ध हिंदी में कहते हैं, कटेंगे तो बटेंगे, बटेंगे तो कटेंगे, एक रहेंगे तो सेफ रहेंगे. The entire ecosystem of political pundits and the left liberal votes suddenly,
I've listened to you patiently.
I don't understand why.
Okay, I've listened to you patiently, but let me
Can I finish in just 30
No,
seconds?
ma'am, no. You've had your full. I have limited time. Mahima Singh, you want to respond? According to the BJP, they are looking at the demographic shifts in Jharkhand and reflecting those demographic shifts in their slogans. Your response?
Jai Hind. In fact, the BJP spokesperson's propaganda-ridden statement on your show, Rajdeep, reflects, rather testifies Mark Twain's words that while the truth is tying its laces, lie goes halfway around the world. So it is BJP's ideal crook book at play when the Home Minister, the Prime Minister, the CM of Assam, all of them, a host of ministers, go to the state of Jharkhand, which is landlocked by states that are governed by the BJP itself, and go and allege infiltration. It is rather the mockery of the worst kind with the people of Jharkhand, tribals mostly, who the BJP refuses to address as Adivasis, rather addresses as Vanvasis. When you ask the BJP about the data on Adivasis, the BJP spokesperson just gave you so much data. it would be kind of her to also give us data on infiltrators. Because whenever that is sought for, the BJP always, throws conundrums, it goes around, beats around the bush, no data available, government. When you talk about, when when Himanta Biswa Sarma talks about, hame mullon ki zarurat nahi hai, we must ask them, then how come are they standing with the TDP in Andhra Pradesh that guarantees 4% reservation for Muslims in the state? You see, we also must ask the BJP, they talk about Bangladeshis and Bangladesh. This is the government that had no intel whatsoever on the Bangladesh unrest and put our government, put our country in a state of jeopardy when we had to give an emergency landing to Sheikh Hasina in our country. We must also ask this government that why does the BJP hold the legacy, whether it is Babulal Marandi or Arjun Munda or then Raghuvar Das, why does the BJP hold the legacy of predominantly giving the stronghold in the richest mineral zone of the world, that is Jharkhand, to the corporates, a 600 megawatt power station was set up by Adani in the state of Jharkhand, out of which the entire power, supply is given to Bangladesh.
What is wrong with
there
you,
we
Rajdeep?
come
No,
to
one minute,
elections.
ma'am. Let her finish.
Why do you get the BJP if you
No,
don't
let her
want to
finish,
give
ma'am.
your rebuttal? What's wrong
Okay,
with you?
Mahima, ma'am.
What's wrong
No,
with you?
Data which is
no, just a
relevant.
minute, Mahima Singh now.
What is wrong
Okay.
with you?
No, 1 minute. Nothing
Sir,
is wrong
come
with
now.
me. You have to be a little bit more
Yes, there is
patient and
something
listen to
seriously
other
wrong with
voices
you.
other than your own. But let me ask you a simple thing, Sanju Verma. You cited demographic shifts in Jharkhand. The fact also is, every time you use that word ghuspaithiyas, the government at the center is yours. The border security forces and those who have to be vigilant on the borders to ensure what you say is illegal immigration is your responsibility. You pin it on the state government and say state government is encouraging ghuspaithiyas. The truth of the matter is, if there are ghuspaithiyas, the center has a responsibility to stop illegal immigration. Why is it only at elections that you suddenly remember ghuspaithiyas?
I will answer your long-winded question, and yes, I'm in love with my voice, but I don't pretend to be who I'm not. You pretend to be neutral, and you defy your own neutrality by always acting biased on national television.
Why?
And you don't even
I've given the
have
same
any
time to you
objections
and
to
her,
your
ma'am.
own
I gave her the
prejudices.
same time. You must learn the art of listening to others than your own. But please go
Can
ahead.
I please finish?
Please go
I
ahead.
don't need to listen to anybody and learn how to debate because I want my time to say what my party stand is. It's
Okay.
as simple as that. Now
listen.
let me tell you the hard truth without getting lectures from anybody. The most important point is this. India has a border of 4,096.7 kilometers with Bangladesh. 60% of that border is porous because of socio-economic and legacy and historical reasons. For the longest time, the Congress was in power. It did not even deem fit to adhere to or honor the land border agreement which we had with successive Bangladeshi governments. Point number one, वो काम भी भाजपा को करना पड़ा, मोदी जी को करना पड़ा after coming to power in 2014. Point number two, यहाँ बैठकर आदिवासियों पर गुनगान करते हैं. The budget of Jharkhand was not even 1 lakh crore when it comes to the tribal/Adivasi community. And do you know something? In the last 7 years of Modi government alone, the center has allocated 3.89 lakh crore for the benefit of Adivasis alone. Point number three and the most important thing, ये जो मिस्टर खड़गे कहते हैं कि सरकार इनकी, बुद्धि इनकी, तंत्र इनका, फिर ऐसा क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे, वैसा क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे, I will tell Mr. Khadge, the fact that today Narendra Modi is in power, that is the reason that on Rajdeep Sardesai's show, we can talk about things like demographic jihad, population jihad, food jihad, thuk jihad. 10 साल पहले तक तो हिंदू फेविकॉल लगाकर घूमा करते थे. Today I can proudly say Jai Shri Ram, बटेंगे तो कटेंगे because I know I am right and I'll end by saying
And you don't think batenge, okay, you don't think batenge to
Can I
katenge.
finish?
You don't
Can I
think
finish?
batenge, no, ma'am, you must listen to, you don't think batenge to katenge is a dog whistle directed at a community.
Yes,
Am I
I will
correct?
come to that. I'm
No,
finishing
please
in
answer that in
20
20 seconds. Answer that in 20 seconds.
Yes. Don't eat into my time. Batenge to katenge simply means united we stand, divided we fall. I will just end by saying one thing. Do you remember University of Texas, September 8, 2024? Rahul Gandhi said India is not a nation but a linguistic entity at war with itself. And on September 10th, 2024 at Virginia, Rahul Gandhi said Sikhs are not allowed to wear a kada, Sikhs are not allowed to wear a turban, and Sikhs are not allowed to visit a Gurudwara. That is called being divisive. That is called dog whistling, and that too on foreign shores.
Your time is up. Your time is up, ma'am. I've listened to you. I've given you time. Mahima Singh, your response to what you're hearing, that according to the BJP, batenge to katenge means united we stand strong, else divided we fall.
This is the kind of bleeding desperation that one sees when, in spite of, you see, arresting a sitting chief minister, in spite of preponing the elections, the BJP can sense a defeat, an imminent defeat. And when she speaks, I believe that, the people of Jharkhand and the people of India must be wondering, you see, what is the BJP talking about? Do they even have a bit of a clue what they're talking about? You see, Jharkhand is landlocked by Bihar, Bangladesh, and Odisha. All three states, either you see governed by the BJP or their alliance partners, except for West Bengal. So the BJP has no data available. It has no intel available. In Godda, which is the heart of Santhal Pargana, the BJP has allowed Adani to set up a 1600 megawatt power station. All of whose power is being supplied to Bangladesh.
Okay, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it there before it gets more noisy. Clearly, there are two different perspectives of what batenge to katenge clearly means. The BJP is claiming it is inclusive and unifying. The opposition is clear. These are communal dog whistles that the government unleashes to divide vote bank and play vote bank politics of their own before an election. But two clear views. Sanju Verma, Mahima Singh, appreciate both of you joining me on my Face Off.